Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we're back to Bionic Commando. So we're at the final boss fight and our bullets are completely useless. I'll be happy to be done with this game. Hopefully this is the final boss fight. So here's the trick. You stand on the edge until the boss decides to stop talking. And then when he decides to stop talking, then you can do this. And if you jump out of the way just right, you can grab his back and zip to his back. But you can see that the game is glitchy in its zip attack. It has been glitchy the whole time. It hasn't really mattered too much up until this point because that really wasn't a main factor. But after he does that second burst attack, you can't attack him. And so if he hits you, you're doomed. I do believe the game just also did me a favor and automatically grabbed and put me in, stopped me from dying. Like, you kind of have to be on the edge though to try and knock him off. Otherwise it doesn't work. And half the time it doesn't work anyways. So... and you only get one chance on it. I'm finding when he jumps with the white, that's slightly better for me than when he runs. I have 8 shotgun shells, 2 grenades, and I have a full adrenaline. So maybe I could try and grab his back and like do an adrenaline attack. That'd be interesting. But see, once you're stuck, even if you can pull yourself back up, you're still in trouble. Now here's the problem also, when you get to about half of his life, I've found that he brings up the drones, and when he brings up the drones, then you're right in the same problem. Like, that might have been a good time to try. Hey, interesting, it says the X button will skip. Ah. So you can hit X to skip their conversations. That seems like... and I just tried to do the adrenaline attack when I was latched on. It didn't work. So... so we're at the halfway point. He's gonna start bringing up these guys. And let's see if we can get both done at the same time. So trying to shoot these drones while also he's deciding to attack me. Like, can we hit enough of these guys? Like, I shouldn't be jumping around that much. These drones very possibly are refilling the area. And it's not like he can take any damage at all. I'm now out of bullets of everything, so now it's all about just concerning yourself with trying to do this and get that final attack done so we don't die. I'm jumping a little too early. Like, and several times now, when getting to, not this far, this is the furthest I've ever been, but I have gotten close and then tried something different or gotten hit by the people. Nope. So zooming yourself up and hitting the drones is not a smart move. Maybe I could fling them. Come on, grab and zip. And that was it. And he's dead. And we go to a cutscene.
Let's see you come back from this.
Again, doing the Duke Nukem stuff. I'm a little confused on how bionics could be put back in the bag. Like, it seems like it was just a technology developed. Unless Silver, the person who invented bionics, literally was the only person who knew how to do it. I don't see how the FSA could just arrest all the bionics and not have roving other countries continue to develop it. That is an awkward music piece. A lullaby for the end of the game. I assume that's the end of the game, but now looking at this, it's not, is it? This is ridiculous. Challenge complete, which I guess this explains why you would need the white matrix as a. So let's, before we go further, let's see, do we have a new boss? Or there's 3 collectibles in this area. I'll probably not get any of the other challenges done. Alright. With no bullets, it's kind of hard to play. This is... He's like a super powerful bio person. And I could take him out. Sort of. There we go. We've got this gun.
Time for some payback.
So I guess the real move is to... And let's see. Kill that guy quickly. Alright. Another one? Am I supposed to be running or gunning or...
Time for some payback.
let's see. Shotgun. Will I run into 14 guys I can kill with a shotgun? Maybe. Wow. No. So that's not gonna work. First step is grab a gun, use it. So, do I want to grab this guy and do this? I might as well. The adrenaline attacks are not too bad. And you fill them up again. Alright. Not too bad there. Let's ask this question. Can I aim at something far that direction? No, that doesn't trigger it. See, I don't think these enemies appear until right about there. And that still wasn't a bullseye attack. Well, so much for that. I might as well just take the machine gun, but I'll take the shotgun. Let's see. I have no idea what's going on. It is important to point this out. Like, the story did not explain itself at all. I have no idea where I am and why things are happening. Did I fall from the sky and am I just in some base somewhere? I don't think I can hit that guy with that, so try and hit him, and I'm wasting my bullets. It's not doing enough damage. There could be any kind of collectibles anywhere. Well, I guess it couldn't be any kind. We know what the collectibles look like. They're these Capcom things. Let's just take the machine gun. Yeah, I'm still would like to try to take these guys. Get these guys with the shotgun shells if I can. Is there another collectible somewhere around here? Probably, but I don't see it. And it seems like there's only one guy left, so... So the game just felt a need to have us fight our way through. Before we move forward, let's look at, like, we got this new matrix, which was supposed to be a key, and I got 1 out of 3 collectibles. So somewhere in this tiny little section, it seems like there's 2 more collectibles, or there's more area to the vault. Let's see. I want the shotgun, and I want more shotgun bullets. That was probably a mistake. I could take that, but I don't want to. This is a mistake, certainly. So in the vault, do we get bionic legs? Or are we going to get other kind of go full bionic over here? And lose all of our humanity? We can't go in this area until we go this way, so maybe we'll get trapped in here and poisoned. And his footprints are lining up the floor, which is kind of ridiculous. Some of these cutscenes look better than others. They're not fully what I'd want. Catalyst Emily Spencer. So I had heard that his wife was in the arm. So there is some part of Emily Spencer, his wife, was used to give his arm.
You're running out of friends.
I have plenty of new ones. You are proving quite useful today, Spencer.
Let's do this. This. And this. How far away on the challenge are we? Lead sprayer. 1 more gun killed with a shotgun. That's all I need. It's gonna kind of suck to be 95-99% done on the challenges and miss just 1 or 2. And we're getting cutscene. So what is this? This unlock? It was just a clear challenge, wasn't it? Yeah. So Bulldog, crowd control, shell shock, and all the collectibles.
You know what it means to be one of us.
I helped invent Bionic Spencer. All that time we wasted trying to make a machine like a human. We finally realized that the machine must be human.
So maybe all that noise that we were hearing. Let's see. Let's go back and switch this gun because it would be irresponsibly dumb now. I could take this, I guess, or I can take this. 600 shots on a gun to be certain, or take this for fun. We'll take it for fun. So yeah, maybe all that static noise that we were hearing throughout the game was an indicator of my wife trying to talk to me. This does not work. And if you're in any kind of enclosed area like this, this doesn't work. There we go. Yeah, and that's too many bullets. So instead, just, you know, grab. I can't actually grab any of these walls. Interesting. None of that's grabbable. Still trying to get that challenge done. I could also try to do the arm swing, but I would have to get really, really large amounts of people, and I'm not seeing that. Like, I really wish the accuracy was higher. I don't see why it isn't. Why it has this wobble. Like, I feel like I am a better shot than this game is giving me credit for. Or perhaps just modern video games are a lot kinder and they auto aim for me when I'm playing on normal.
Mind of the catalyst melds with the mind of the host. That is why the emotional bond must be strong. Why the catalyst must be someone close.
So who's in Meg's legs?
All along, Spencer. Emily's been along for the ride the whole time.
So is Spencer supposed to feel good or bad about that? Like, I mean, it sucks that his wife was turned into a bionic arm, certainly. And it sucks that he was separated from his bionic arm for many years. But, like, there is something kind of nice about this idea, too, that your wife has been with you the whole time in some form or fashion. If your wife is dead and you just have a lock of her hair, this is effectively what you've been doing, whether you knew it or not. So this is the Chiron device and Project Vulture, and it does just look like a flying mech with a human in it. So if the machines we've been fighting before, they either had a human in it or a animal, it would certainly make sense if there were animals in the gorilla-like creatures we were fighting. And clearly we had Meg. Meg is only in the game to be killed. And it seems like there's a lot of other Project Vultures. He just runs right past Meg, doesn't even see if she's alive. So is Joe controlling all of these? Let's see. It says hit left on the stick and then rip with the B button. Okay, so it wants me to hit B. And I guess I have to hit it a little bit faster than that, or they will spear me. And okay, so now I've got arms. And I can't zip on this guy. So now I can zip. And so this is like a QuickTime event sequence. where it wants me to tap B and do other things. Now, most of these robots are just fake. Like, no AI, they're just floating upward. See, this honestly would be more interesting without the QuickTime events. Like, QuickTime events don't work in most instances. But particularly when you're trying to show off a cool action sequence, having prompts and button presses everywhere is just annoying. I'm not sure what Super Joe's real plan here is either. I'm not sure what Spencer's real plan is either. Like, he seems to just be jumping from robot to robot to try and get closer. And I was kind of close to Joe there, so maybe I was supposed to jump off and grab him. And apparently I failed. And again, this is just not what you want in your final boss fight. You don't want cool cutscenes where you fail and then there's no checkpointing, so you have to start all over again. And there's definitely a somewhat lacking care for consistent story here. This feels very, very just, let's put some anime BS in this and finish this. We're gonna finish the game fighting angels effectively. Again, this feels like it might be trying to just get into that Dark Void storyline, as if there was a series of games in a connected world. I really need to play Dark Void to see if the story or the speculation that I feel is in any way accurate. Because it may very well be that Dark Void is set on an entirely different planet. But certainly they were advertising it like crazy. Alright. See, and right there, like, at this point, I feel like I could have, like, jumped off and maybe angled myself towards Joe. This is ridiculous. And it's really dumb because we've been 30 minutes, whereas I thought we were going to be done in close to 10. I thought we would have fought that boss fight and moved on to the credits, and I would have just wrapped it up and said, well, this game is boring. However, they've upped their game. They've changed it from being boring to now just downright frustrating. Like, this feels like a game designed for the levels to be progressively more difficult, as if it was a arcade game stealing quarters from kids, or as if it was a defective NES game designed to not let players see that sections of the game are not actually finished. Like, we don't need this boss fight. We don't need this part of the boss fight. Like, it makes me kind of wonder if we're just gonna grab Super Joe and then drag him back to the ground and then not even fight him. And the swinging and all, like, it seems like I could just let go right then. Alright, I'm gonna hit this B button crazy fast in an effort to finish this guy off. Like, his health is all dead. And see, that just moves you to a cutscene. And see, now we're in a cutscene, so I imagine there's nothing more. And so that was the room where he got augmented.
I never left, Nathan. It's you who was lost. I never want you to be involved in this. It's okay.
What does his arms say? Solus Ipsi? So, if Emily's brain is in his arm, then this is very Duke Nukem-ish. And bloody. Bionic Commando Rearmed also had a, like, strangely bloody final ending at 2. I don't know why they're doing that. Like, very possibly that bloody section might bump the rating up on this game. Not that it really would matter too much. And here we got the music playing, and the angels are falling. The vulture robots. And I'm not seeing any prompt to hit Y. That would really suck if it was like game over. You were supposed to hit Y and land. Wow. And we really are getting nothing to do with Silver. Like, his whole element to this game. Maybe it was supposed to be a DLC thing. Like, yeah, I guess that's a possibility. That they were thinking about doing some kind of DLC with Silver. Well, we finally made it to the credits, and looking at the number of people that worked on it, it's a pretty small team. Not for a AAA game or something that was at least trying to be a AA game. However, when you look at the final product that they're given, it's such a mess. Practically speaking, there's no boss fights in the first 60% at least of the game. You're just walking from in narrow corridor start to narrow corridor end, and then you go to a load section and you start in a new narrow corridor and work your way to another narrow corridor. Then, in the last 40% of the game, you are bombarded with very difficult fight sequences with way too many enemies that I still don't like their AI, and I hate the fact that the mechs are so strong and do so much damage. It's too much. Maybe if I'd played on Commando, that was easy. From the word go, this game, I guess, failed to explain its own levels of difficulty to me. I would assume that Commando is an expert level, though, making it even more difficult, and I don't see any reason why anybody would want to play this game on anything other than the easiest. And let's face it, I don't see any reason why anybody would want to play this game at all. The ideas in a laboratory make sense. Having somebody with a swing arm, if this was an Indiana Jones game and throughout it we were swinging on Indiana Jones's whip, that would be kind of cool. And Indiana Jones shot guns, so that would still work. But bringing in Bionic Commando as the story takes it in a slightly weird way with the Imperials and the FSA, and they did not for a second bother to try and remake or rewrite that story to make it more of a modern 2009 story, it's still a cheesy 1980s, what was it, 83 or 84 game. Maybe it came out in 87, but a cheesy 80s story. The character we're playing as is a cheesy 80s character, and he still looks cheesy even with an updated appearance. He looks even cheesier with the original appearance and the bright red hair and the bright green outfit. Introducing Meg just to get killed is stupid. Having Emily as part of the story is stupid. It's really, really dumb that Emily is in his arm when you could have just as easily said, I killed her. Like, I killed her to keep her quiet. I killed her to keep you in control. There's nothing really revealed by Emily being in the Bionics. Nothing at all. It's just dumb. It's just really, really dumb. And this game is so bland and so boring in its first 60%. To do a complete 180 and then start getting difficult and annoying because you're dying over and over again is not great. This is one of those bad games that is developed poorly from the top, I would say, because a good project leader, could have probably taken a lot of the bosses, a lot of the scenarios, put them in the earlier sections, tweaked the difficulty, a little gameplay, quality assurance, could have let them tweak all of those measures. But I bet this game was over budget and out of time. That's my guess. Because I wouldn't have let this game out of QA. It's just not finished and polished enough for even a 2009 game. On the other hand, who is going to buy a Bionic Commando game anyways? Why not just fill it up with advertisements for its own website and Dark Void, another failed game from Capcom? In the meanwhile, Capcom should have been spending their money, I imagine, not making Bionic Commando, but making another Resident Evil game that's good. And I guess when you look at the Resident Evil series, there's a ton of bad spin-offs for the Resident Evil series, despite some of their core games, or most of their core games, being pretty good. And so maybe Grin just went to Capcom and said, we'll do this real cheap, or Grin went to Capcom and said, we already have a finished game, we just need to put your license on it. The Bionic Commando license on this game doesn't change my opinion much on it. It's the actual gameplay that's the problem. It's the level layout. It's the weapon options. You could certainly have had a much wider variety of weapons. No EMP grenades, and we're fighting a lot of robots. That's crazy. No consistent weapon unlocks. That's insane. So here we have dots and dashes. What is it translating into? Vault facility occupied. Vault system has been disabled. So Silver is hacking into this using Morse code. Why you'd be hacking in Morse code, I don't know. I didn't fully read what that said, so I don't even know. But clearly they're setting it up for a continuation of as if there would be a Bionic Commando 2. So, unlock features. The outfit was the thing we got from playing Bionic Commando Rearmed. We have 51 sketches, and here's the bright red hair of Spencer compared to the brown dreadlocks of Spencer. it's a slight improvement, but anybody with any good artistic style would have taken it further. I would have like just crumpled up the original design and just said we need a character. And I certainly wouldn't want the bad attitude Duke Nukem character that we got. He wasn't terrible. Like, if I was playing Duke Nukem forever, which I suppose at some point I am going to have to play and suffer through, that's going to be a lot worse. Groder plays such an unimportant role in this. He might as well have not been in the game at all. And then they could have just said that the enemies weren't Imperials at all. It was just a new generation of people. So much of this idea, well, apparently they were going to have a hall of more statues, which that just got turned into a circle of broken statues. A lot of greenery and broken cities. Probably because they're generic more than anything. And you know, when you look at like the scavenger idea, and if the whole game was that Spencer was just trapped in this scavenger filled city that had been like that for a very long time, and there were side missions, and it was an open world type thing, and it was Mad Max or Escape from New York style of gameplay and story. Like, yeah, I could see some of the appeal to this. But it's a pretty poor statement when you feel like the concept art looks better than the final product. Multiplayer online, of course, is not going to work, and why would you want to play the game online at all? Like, that really makes no sense. It's deathmatch, team deathmatch, capture the flag, and capture the flag. So here you have one of the first generations of games just cramming multiplayer in something that should not have. If clearly they spent money on making multiplayer and netcode work for no reason. I would not want to run around any of the levels. And clearly that's all this is it's just levels we've already been to. And the music's changing a little drastically. So if I was to go to level jump, you will not be able to save your progress or collectibles when you play in this mode. So it's like an easy mode. And when I click here, like hard and maybe commando is easy. Maybe I played on normal for no reason. And let's see, if I was just to continue the game here, yeah, just put you back here, which doesn't actually do anything. So I'm very surprised that there's no well, somehow they squished this into a 3-act game. So according to this, it's 3 acts and then 3 chapters, and in each chapter there's 6. Like, wow, just look at how much they had to break it up. So 18 different sections that you could jump around and play, and that was in Act 1. And then looks like it will be maybe 17, no, not quite as many sections in Chapter 2, Act 2, and then Act 3 only has like 5 sections. So you start to see that you are spending a considerable amount more time in the game, in certain levels. Let's see. So, I don't even have my arm yet. This isn't quite what I wanted to be.
324 to Overwatch. No sign of the impact site yet.
And so you've got the same things all over again, but you can't save any of that, so why would you play? Let's see. How do you skip? I don't think you can skip.
Affirmative. 324 over and out.
So
Stop immediately.
like once you're in the level, you're just playing the game with none of the benefits of playing the game normally.
Nothing new to report.
There is no skip forward. I don't like this section. I don't like the boss fight. So you'd have to quit all the way back to the menu, and if you were not having fun with something, that's a bad system. That's a real bad system. But it's all a bad system because I can't go back and get all the collectibles. And nobody is going to play this game a second time through just to get all those collectibles. Maybe in my heyday, if I was just obsessed with getting at all the Xbox 360 achievements, I'd consider it. But even then, no. This game is way too frustrating and way too boring. That is a toxic combination. And there's really nothing else to say about Bionic Commando. There will be no sequel, I can almost guarantee you. There shouldn't have been a remake. Like, Capcom just needs to do better and either spend the money to make a good game or don't make a game at all. Like, pull a Konami if you want to pull a Konami and not make any games anymore. Or make very few games that that anybody cares about. Well, that's it for this series. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and watch every second of my videos because all of that helps out. It tells YouTube that my videos are worth watching. If you want to friend or follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Tumblr, Google+, Steam, or Battle.net, all of those links are down below in the description box. If you like what I'm doing and want to support this channel, friend me on Steam or send me a Steam code through Twitter, or just gift me a game if you are friended to me on Steam. That works a lot better than me running ads and people running ads. I know it may sound like a lot to ask for an entire game, but Steam sales happen. Humble bundles happen. Games can be gotten easily for $1 or less. And if you do send a game that you're interested in me covering, I am almost certainly going to eventually cover it. Thank you for watching this series. It's been quite a long one and quite a boring one. I'm a little afraid of my channel losing subscribers and views for how long and boring this one's been. But we'll see. Thank you for watching again. Have a good evening. Bye.